Good Thursday, family and friends, on this continuing of the celebration of Easter. And I greet you on this day of shock and surprises. You know, sometimes I put notes ahead of time for myself to reference to in these weekly talks. And I had started today with saying, we're waiting, but our wait is now over. We now have a new Holy Father. And as we were sitting in the office listening on the computer and watching things, when the senior cardinal deacon came out to begin the traditional greeting saying Habemus Papam, as soon as he started saying in Latin and he started saying the name Robert Francis, I said out loud to the staff, it's the American. I can't believe it. I have to tell you, I am in shock and I am in surprise, but it's wonderful surprise, wonderful shock that our new Holy Father, Robert Francis Prevost, is from the United States. He grew up and was raised in Chicago, but he spent most of his adult life as a missionary, as a member of the Augustinian Order. He was also head of the Augustinian Order, so he traveled all over the world, but he spent most of his life as a missionary bishop in South America, particularly Peru. And so this is a wonderful, wonderful surprise and shock for our church that the cardinals chose an American. You know, his name was mentioned these past couple of days as a possibility, but everyone said the same thing. There's no way the cardinals will elect someone from the United States because of the superpower country we are. It would not look good, but it's a wonderful, wonderful surprise, and he has now taken the name Leo XIV. Someone said to me previously, why that name? What's significant about Leo? And I said, you just simply have to go back in history and look at Leo XIII, who was our Holy Father towards the end of the 1800s, and see what kind of a pope he was, see the things he said, see the things he wrote, and you will see some of that continuity now coming out. And so we will now continue also with the continuity of Pope Francis. This is a wonderful, wonderful day for the church. It's a wonderful day for the church here in the United States, as one of our own now becomes our Holy Father and the Bishop of Rome. And I also said to people in the office, I wonder, did Blessed Miriam Teresa have something to do with this? Because today, May 8th, is her feast day. And Blessed Miriam Teresa is also one of our own, right here from New Jersey, right from our Diocese of Paterson. She was a Sister of Charity of St. Elizabeth in Convent Station, and she died in 1927, and she was beatified in 2014. And so I wonder, did she have something to do with this as well? I would like to think so. But right now we're looking for miracles for her canonization, and they're exactly examining two. It's interesting, the miracle for her beatification was the healing of a young boy from macular degeneration, a young boy from St. Anastasia School right in Tenafly, not far from here. And that happened in the 1960s. And so you can see how long the process may take for someone to be beatified and then eventually canonized by the church. And so I would like to think maybe Miriam Teresa had something to do with it. But this is a great day for us in the United States, a great day for the church as we welcome a new Holy Father, Pope Leo XIV. We'll have lots to celebrate next week, this weekend also with our festival. We'll continue to celebrate Easter, we'll celebrate the festival, and we will celebrate our new Holy Father, Pope Francis XIV. The festival begins on Tuesday and runs through next Sunday. It's always the week after Mother's Day, but as always, we still need some volunteers. If by chance you can help, even if it's only for an hour, please call over to the parish offices, let us know when you can help us, and so we can get that going. It's always wonderful to bring so many volunteers, so many people together to our church and our church grounds next week from all over the county and beyond the county. And so also you have to pray for good weather. From what I hear, the weather's going to be good, and so it can rain all at once this week. Just don't let it rain next week. So pray for good weather as well. But also we want to make sure you get your raffle tickets back. Right now the raffle is up to $10,000. We want to see how high we can get it by the end of the festival when we do that drawing. But one thing I need to say about the raffle tickets, many people have mailed them back to us, which is a wonderful thing, but unfortunately someone mailed back the wrong part of the ticket. They mailed back the part they were supposed to keep, and they're keeping the part that has their name and address and phone number on it. And normally we can find that person if they wrote a check, but this one came with cash in it, so we have no idea who these tickets belong to. So if by chance you're holding some tickets and you have the stub that has your name, address, and phone number on it, that's the part that we need to have. So you need to bring them to the office so we can compare them to what we have to make sure they're yours. So it sometimes happens. We're human, it sometimes happens. But so hopefully you can get that back to us soon. Also, we want to remind you as well, we continue with the construction of the front of our church. This past weekend, you saw the construction fence up. The work is being done. The steps are being removed. The sidewalks are being removed. A whole new front steps are being added with 2 ramps to make it easier for people to get in and out. And so, but that's going to take a while. It's going to take us several weeks. So as I mentioned last time and I mentioned over the weekend, for weekday Mass, the only entrance into the church is the side entrance here by the ramp we put in last year. And on the weekends, the only entrances into the church are again that side entrance and also the one that comes through the back of the school that we sometimes refer to as the handicap entrance. And so those are the only 2 you have to come into the church, particularly on the weekends. But that brings up a very important point, as you may have saw this past weekend. Human nature being what it is, many times, for whatever reason, traffic, whatever, some people arrive late for Mass, which is perfectly understandable. But it can be a little distracting when we may have 30 or 40 people coming in these side doors once Mass has begun. So I really urge you and encourage you, please, try to be on time, to be here in church before the Mass begins so we can have a nice celebration without being disrupted by people walking in and out. And you know, it may sound strange that I'm saying that, but we'd love to have people here. We'd like them here for the whole service, the whole Mass. So please try your best to get here so before Mass begins so we can be part of that celebration. So continue with our celebrations of Easter. Pray for our new Holy Father, Pope Leo XIV, and pray for good weather for our festival. And if you can volunteer, let us know. And if you need more raffle tickets, let us know about that as well. But enjoy these days. And I have to tell you, I am still in great surprise. I am still in shock, but it's a wonderful shock to have with our Holy Father coming from the United States. Thanks for listening and have a great day.